Last time,
the group learned some new information about Zelane, the giant that rules the mountain and has the magical items needed to bring our heroes home. The musketeers get this information from Hagatha, another fire giant that has the keys to the magical items. After failing to talk to their way past the giant, the group has a mad dash fight with her and are able to take her down.
What's a tree that lives in your hand? A palm tree.
Dungeons and Dragons and Daughters.
welcome everyone to another spicy episode of Dungeons and Dragons and Daughters. We are a 5th edition D&D actual play podcast. I am Kurt's Daddy the Dungeon Master, and to my left we have
Sam, who plays Mimi, and to my left is Birdie, the corgi butts lover, also plays Galaxy, and came up with the spicy word for the beginning of the episode.
And to your left we have
And to my left we have
Matt, reprising my role as Dave, everybody's favorite halfling.
Sure,
everyone's
say what
favorite
you
halfling
Every
player
single
you
person's.
in the world.
Hi, Surfer Boy.
No exception.
Surfer Boy, also known AKA Surfer Boy,
Surfer Boy.
Yeah, sure, why not?
AKA Bait,
What?
AKA someone that is constantly being tried to be killed.
No. You're assassin.
The
Assassin,
the red shirt of the group.
the red shirt of the group. Well,
Wait, you're wearing
they're
a
always
red shirt?
trying to put a red shirt on him, and he always
a
takes it
red
right back
hoodie.
off.
Well, he's a halfling. They never fit.
You're wearing a red shirt.
I am wearing a red shirt today.
It's a red
but
hoodie.
I am at this table. I am the least likely person to be a red shirt.
That.
Very true.
No, that just someone pulls up a knife. Dun, dun, dun.
Cut, and suddenly there's some other person sitting in this chair. Don't even
But they're just like, I'm Kurt, Daddy Dungeon Master.
don't even miss a beat. Just keep going.
Just recast.
All right, we got another 5-star review on
thank
iTunes.
you.
Thank you, everybody. Keep them coming in. This one is so funny by the name on this, a blank space.
Nice.
This show is sheer entertainment. It will give me a laugh no matter what. I anticipate each episode with joy and love each one. Short, sweet, to the point. Thank you so much.
Woohoo! Gracias.
All right, let's play D&D.
Wait,
Woohoo.
we're
Yes.
playing
That is
D&D?
why we are here.
I thought we were playing.
I thought we were gonna play like I don't know.
It's in the name of the podcast.
I thought we were gonna do a Nerf war.
When you say let's play D&D, I hear the music in my head that starts playing.
So, get all your hit points back, get all your spell slots back, because you took a long rest after
yeah,
last
I
time.
slept in the wall.
No, you got. Oh, did you?
Yeah, she didn't even help fight it, so you didn't get no money.
You know,
no. Dave gave me his money.
I took a poll on
I did
Twitter,
give you my money
and
for that.
people agreed with me that your alignment actually should probably be chaotic neutral for the way that you act as a character, because you often do things that goes against the group. You often do things for your own entertainment, even at the detriment of other people. That's totally chaotic neutral.
Yeah, and you frequently choose not to participate when we're in combat.
What? I just find things more interesting than people.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that your alignment isn't probably correct.
We have spent a lot of time in this adventure arc, way longer than I thought that we were going to. It's just harder for some people to go up and down stairs.
Yeah. Yep.
Some people need a lot more time
Yep.
to figure stairs out.
It's true.
All right, so you finished your long rest. You have Jed there with you as well. Your paid guide, Jink, he ran away a long time ago.
Oh, yeah,
he
he's long
stole
gone.
my money.
He's still running.
Well, as far as you know, you lost sight of him because he's way, way down the hole right
He's
now.
gonna tell on us. I knew he was a liar.
I don't know why you came to that conclusion. I mean,
You did not want us to
didn't lie
have
to you
him be your
once.
friend. You did not want
so
us to.
Galaxy,
have him
did you pick out your new spells?
be Yes, I did.
You did. Okay.
Did you pick out the phone?
Where is the stack of spells you did not pick? Because I feel like you should put those.
The ones you picked or didn't pick?
Okay, put those
Here,
way
can I see those
over
real
on
quick?
the other side of the
Can I
table.
just see those real quick?
No, don't put those down there.
Yeah, let me see them real quick.
Yeah, just
I
let
just
look.
want to look at the ones you didn't
He
pick.
just wants to look at it with his hands. The funny thing is all the other like actual play podcasts that I listen to, with adults, I am way more of a stickler for the rules than the adult podcasts are, which I find hilarious.
Wait, so you are more strictly?
Well, he just adheres to the rules more closely.
Yeah, because I try and go through the mechanics. It's the fairest way to do it. Mm-hmm. It's just like any time that I like try and homebrew it or try to just skim over it, it ends up creating something unfair somewhere else.
Yeah.
And especially between the two of you, always arguing with each other. It's just like it's the only way I can ensure that it's fair.
Yeah, makes sense.
Why would
Plus,
you do that?
Wizards of the Coast spent a long time balancing everything. It's pretty on point the way it is.
Right.
All right, so yeah, we are on the staircase. Just woke up.
Just woke
maybe
up.
had a little breakfast.
I woke up in the wall and I pulled out some bacon and I'm like, sorry, bacon.
Well, the girls technically only need 4 hours for a long rest because they are elves.
Yeah.
They only need to meditate
Yeah,
for
they
4
don't actually.
hours.
But Dave needs a full solid 8 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, I get out of the wall and I'm just like, I turn into a bunny.
You're going to use one of your animal shape.
Wait, how much do I have of animal shape?
You have 3.
I turn into a bunny. Get the bunny. I start going down the stairs. I'm a bunny. I get the stroller out.
It's hard to use a stroller on stairs.
It's still like a mile and a half down.
I know. I'm a bunny. No. You're coming into the stroller. No, I went in the stroller and I cut it up with my bunny blanket.
Bunny brand blanket.
And I just cuddle up and like,
When you need a blanket, choose
All right.
bunny brand.
Something tells me we might have to retcon that, but we'll just keep going. So you start moving down the stairs, the 4 of you.
I'm in the bunny stroller as a bunny.
Why not? And Jed says to... Who would have been carrying it? Out of curiosity. Isn't Dave the one that typically carries the magical artifacts because you two can't be trusted with them?
What? Actually, Sam can't.
That sounds about right.
What? I don't agree with this conclusion.
So if first it's Dave, then it's me, then it's way down there, it's me.
Okay, so we should do some inventory about this because this is stuff that you've had for a while. But and of all the stuff you write into your character sheet, you don't write the stuff down that you actually have.
Yeah, right.
All right, so you had received a potion of invulnerability. Who has that?
Me!
Wait, yeah, I think it's.
I have it.
Okay, Dave has it. How about the potion of acid resistance?
Me!
Is it on your character sheet?
I don't have that one for sure.
Where would it be?
I love how she grabs her pencil first and then checks her character
It
sheet.
says potion of acid resistance.
Okay, so Mimi has that one.
I just
No, you
wrote
don't.
it down.
No, you don't. Okay. Now, then I think Galaxy has these other 2 items. The scroll of power word kill
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
had
I
those.
remember
and the
that.
scroll of anti-magic field.
Yeah, I
I gave her.
remember
I
those.
gave her
Okay.
the 2 scrolls because.
Wait, do I have the scrolls?
You do. You just forgot to write them in. I remember that.
Oh yeah, I have them right here.
Okay, so wanted to
Yeah,
make
you
sure
have
that
them
we
written
had
in?
those accounted for, but also to remind you that we have these
And can
things.
use them, yeah.
Yes. So then also, I think Dave then has the Atlantean blue hollow cube. Still.
I believe you're correct.
That has not come out.
I thought we
in
used
a
it
while.
up.
And so it's important right
I thought
now.
I remembered us using it when we were like in the swamp. Or no, the Atlanteans.
Oh,
just
that's true.
showed-
No, you're right. Yep, you did use it in the swamp. You had shown it to the Atlantean soldiers in the swamp.
But
Yep.
we didn't use it.
Well, you technically did because you played the message to them,
That's right.
and that's what got them to begrudgingly help.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, so the reason why I want to bring all these things up is because there is an important thing that happens with
Wait,
this.
where's the potion of? What does the potion of acid do?
The potion of acid resistance. It halves all the damage that you would take from acid,
That's
which
very useful.
probably would have came in handy against that dragon.
Yeah.
But you never used it.
I didn't know it was.
It's almost like I
there.
specifically tailored it for that encounter.
I didn't know it was
And
there.
yet it wasn't used.
So as you're walking down the stairs, Jed taps you on the shoulder, Dave. And he says, Dave,
Yes, Jed?
you dropped this. I forgot to give this to you during our rest. But I just remembered. You dropped this during the fight with Hagatha. And he's holding out the blue holocube to you.
Oh. Thanks, Jed. I appreciate that.
I sing buddy language.
And I take it and put it in my belt pouch.
Okay. Dave, can you roll an insight for me?
Indeed.
Okay, I'll run it.
19.
19? Okay.
13 plus 6.
I got a 17.
No, I just need Dave to do it.
I know. I did it.
You get the impulse a little bit that maybe Dave maybe Jed should hang on to the holocube.
You know what, Jed? Why don't you go ahead and hang on to this?
Like, are you sure?
I think Mishikal's speaking to me, and I have a feeling that you should hang on to this.
What does it do?
And I explained it to him.
Okay.
We'll find out in the future. Because you don't want to take time.
Yep. So it's a thing that if you press the so the cube itself is about an inch on an edge. So it's an inch cubed. And there's a little button on top of it that kind of need to use your fingernail to get at the depression. When you press the top of it, then there's this 3D image that's about 2 feet tall that gets displayed above it. And it was the image of the Atlantean
That's right.
general leader.
And it was like the bearer of this cube.
Right.
You should help them no matter what you got going on, drop it and help these guys.
Right. So, but it was a message specifically geared towards other Atlanteans.
Yeah.
So that's why when you had used it in the swamp, that's why those soldiers were compelled to help the group.
Even though I think they had a duty they were reluctant to abandon, but they helped us anyway.
Yep, that's true. It's like they went along with like the bare minimum.
Yeah.
They
essentially just escorted us to their camp and then went back to their. I think they were on a patrol or something through the swamp.
Well, they were still dealing with now having been exiled from Atlantis because they had contact with magical creatures, and there was some weird policy about that if you have exposure to magic or those kinds of creatures, you can't come back because of some risk of fear of infection or something like that. All right, so you're walking down. So you're walking with Jed. Girls, is there anything that you want to ask Jed, or any questions that you have, or you're just gonna keep walking down?
I start humming a song.
And anything
You're a bunny,
of
you
value,
can't hum.
anything constructive.
I start singing, I'm a bunny. Yeah, no, I start humming.
But you're singing it in your
hum.
head because you're a bunny, so you can't actually hum it.
Then no one can hear you because you're so far away from that microphone.
I start humming, I'm a bunny. No.
So,
Rocks!
but you're in the bunny stroller, going down all these stairs. So it's because it's constantly going down the stairs.
Galaxy has to have it reared back on its back wheels. Every time she asks Dave to help, he's like, no.
So after a couple of hours of walking down these stairs,
I fell asleep.
okay,
Sounds accurate
yeah, definitely.
for your character and for a bunny.
You come to another landing similar to the one that was at Hagatha's place. And can the three of you roll a perception check for me?
Yay! I got a 15. I got a 7.
And I got 9 plus 3 is 12.
Okay.
I got a 15.
Actually, Mimi, you roll it with disadvantage
Why?
because you're in a stroller and you're wrapped in a blanket.
What? You're mean.
You're a bunny.
Well, 14.
Natural 20.
All right.
Ka.
So
you
Dave,
had a 7.
Dave and Mimi, you notice this galaxy is oblivious to it, which kind of makes sense.
She's busy struggling with that stroller.
She's yeah.
Because you, a cool mate, you're the one who wanted me in a stroller. No.
And so at this
Yeah.
opening, so it's another kind of like weird landing that has been carved out of the stairs. So again, it looks like the giants had come in, or someone had come in and like repurposed the stairs and the stonework and started doing their own changes and additions to this ancient dwarven fortress under the mountain. And that's when you see something moving around just inside this large entrance. And it seems to be coming towards you.
Is it the liar?
It is Jink. So this red dragonborn slinks out of the shadows. He's like, "Oh my gosh, you're alive! Wow."
Why did you run off, I say?
Hey, I told you I would run if this happened.
Stop lying, weirdo.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Fair enough, Jink, fair enough. My guess, though, is that you've been waiting around to hopefully loot our bodies.
Honestly, that hadn't occurred to me because
Mishakal says cowardliness is quite far from godliness.
well, what was I supposed to do? It's like I was helping you out. Agatha just would have killed me too, and I wasn't going to go back and loot because I just needed to figure out a way to get out of here. But you're here, so
if you were still there.
Well, Jink,
So I'm willing to
everyone
keep
is
going
blessed
with the agreement.
Same strengths, and so if bravery's not one of yours, I understand. It was very good of you to come back. I'm impressed, Jink. I'm not going to lie.
Wow.
I'm impressed.
we'll do full disclosure.
I figured you were halfway across the mountain by now.
Full disclosure, I didn't come back. I was just sort of waiting around to see what would happen. Just
I go like this.
Mishakal and myself, we appreciate your honesty.
all right. So, do you guys want to
No.
go the rest of the way?
Yeah, we still have to do what we came here for.
All right. So follow me. It's this way. It's I actually know a shortcut to the treasure room through here. So do you know what it is that you're looking for in Zelane's treasure room?
Money.
No.
Money.
No, not money.
The sun.
This-
I think it's the sun. I don't know.
No.
We're looking for a magical item to bring us back home.
Oh. Well, how far away is your home?
About a couple years.
Yeah, it's
Couple.
a distance of time and space.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa.
we were transported against our will.
Stop telling him about a lie.
But Jink's actually been pretty stand-up guy so far. I don't think he's actually told us a single lie yet.
We're in the past.
I'm really
right
impressed
now.
by your honesty, Jink. I just can't get over this.
Well, full of surprises, I guess. So,
I
Have
can't
you
believe
heard the good word of Mishakal, my friend?
can't say that I have.
Well, aren't you in for a treat? And Dave starts just...
We'll kind of had a couple of hours.
Yeah, no, Dave just, the whole time that we're walking out, Dave is just chattering on and on and on about
Why don't
Mishakal.
you...
70% of which is stuff he's just making up off the top of his head.
Do you want to roll persuasion for me?
3 + 4 is 7.
Okay. He listens along politely.
Uh-huh.
He just lets you go.
Uh-huh.
But
Which is the best thing to do.
You catch some side looks from him a couple times.
Which I'm completely oblivious to.
So there's some big sighs that are in there, like,
I know, it's amazing, right?
yeah. So time and space. There's one item that's in there that I think could help you get back home, but it's a doozy of an item.
I just want to say I don't want to come back home because I don't want to see the horror creature.
It's a really powerful dwarven artifact, I think. You look at this thing and it just looks like dwarves made it, but it's a big old axe. And it was made for some ancient dwarven lord. And from what I understand, one of the powers on it is that it transports you wherever you want to go.
Cool.
Can it transport many people at a time?
That I'm not sure about. I don't know about that.
You try first.
Galaxy, do you know a spell that we can use to potentially figure out the properties of the axe once we find it?
I could use my intelligence skill.
I could use my intelligence as a bunny.
Well, maybe it'll be one of those magical items that if you just carry it for long enough, you just kind of know what it does and
Carry
how to
it.
use it.
No, you will not. You're not strong enough.
Offended.
All right. So keeping things moving along. So after a couple more hours going down some more stairs, you do reach a large open area, and there is a large dwarven stronghold that sits in front of this cavernous open area, but it's dark. There's no torches, and it looks like that it's almost a combination fortress giant forge, right? It's a huge building, and it looks like that it's got big buckets and chains and things like that of pouring molten metal into this fortress. So it's almost like this is the center hub of where lots of large things could be manufactured and smithed and banged out. But it's dark. Nothing's going on here, and it seems to be not quite abandoned, but there's no movement and there's no fire. There's no activity going on.
Like in Avengers Infinity War, where Thor's got his hammer.
Right. Oh, what's the name of that place?
I can't remember either.
Like Mesothelium or something like that. All right. So you're at this place, and Jink he keeps on walking right past it.
And Dave just kind of says, like, there's something so sad about all this marvelous dwarven machinery just sitting here unused. I can imagine that when the dwarves had this fortress, this was a bustling hub of activity.
Well,
with wonders to behold.
Actually, this is Zelane used to use this. Actually,
really?
Yeah, it went. It went dark a couple weeks ago. He just lost interest.
Interesting.
But when he said marvelous, marvel.
But he used it. Yeah, he used it for years. In fact, yeah, that's one of the reasons why he kept getting more Dragonborn over here, is to help him run the forge.
Interesting.
And the reds and the golds, we handle the heat better than the other Dragonborn.
I suppose that makes sense.
So, all right, this way. And now I need the three of you to roll another perception check. Roll a perception check.
Okay. A 6.
2 + 3 is 5.
Okay.
A 16.
16? All right. Mimi, you're the only one that hears this. Footsteps from the distance start echoing through this empty cavern. Like lots of footsteps and like heavy footsteps.
I yell, footsteps!
You yell it?
No. You're a bunny! No.
Yeah, you can't yell
Yeah,
anything.
you are a bunny right now.
So that's really good.
So if I yell it, then it's only like a whisper?
No, you
No,
can't
it just comes out as a
communicate
squeak.
verbally at all.
No, it would come out as That's all you can communicate right now.
No. I write on my hand foot.
You don't have thumbs. You have no opposable digits to hold anything.
I know when I do this. I go like this.
Nope.
You can hold
Nope.
it like this.
Also, where are you getting the pencil?
And the paper.
No, I'm writing it on my hand.
You don't have a hand.
Oh boy. Anyway, moving on.
No,
We hear
I
footsteps. Who hears footsteps? Just Galaxy.
Just
Oh,
Mimi.
just Mimi, and she's a bunny, so she can't tell us.
No. I jump out.
Wonderful.
And I jump out and I start stomping my feet. Like, and I point to the direction where I hear it. And
Mimi's acting very strange.
Roll a performance.
Dave just scoops her up and puts her back in the stroller.
Roll a performance. Let's see if you can communicate.
What is it, girl? Did Timmy fall down the
So
well?
she does this interpretive dance of.
And we know we're like, whoa, there are footsteps coming from
you
down
want to
that
do
road.
the hokey pokey?
Yep. As somehow
That's
she's
so
able
amazing.
to physically translate. She hears steps, many steps, heavy-footed steps coming this way
Steps?
in her bunny form.
Wow, you were such a dum-dum.
What should we do? What should we do? Should we hide? Should we just stand out in the open?
No, I take and I melt into stone. I'm kidding. No, I don't.
You can't cast spells in your animal shape.
Quiet, Dad. Just quiet.
I hide in Bernie's unicorn backpack, and I bring my bunny blanket and the stroller too. I keep the stroller in my backpack, so I guess it could work.
All right, so
Because it's collapsing.
So Jake says, "Oh, everybody, follow me! I need everyone to roll a stealth check now.
I got an 11.
14 plus 3
Not you,
is
because
17.
you're in the butt backpack.
18.
And I got a 17.
Okay.
So I need you to hide good, then I hide good. Because I got 18.
All right. So I'm going to take an average of all of those rolls. So I did a roll for Jink and Jed as well, and I'll work that in. And we're going to do a contest between that and the perception check of these dragonborn guards that are coming this way. So Jink takes you around a around a corner and hides you underneath a small stone bridge. And out of the corners of your eye, you can see them coming down this pathway. And there's about a dozen mixed red and gold dragonborn.
Oh my gosh! It's Jed's mom!
Jed is a copper.
Oh my gosh, it's Jinx's mom!
So they're marching in formation and very very rigid and in sync, and they're all armed with swords and bows, and they've got leather and steel armor on. And they keep marching. They march directly over top of you on this small bridge. You can hear it. You can hear the thump 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 thump. And dust and dirt comes off of the stonework up above you and falls on top of you, and Jink just holds up his single finger in front of his mouth and doesn't make a sound. And eventually, they march off, none the wiser that you are right there.
Phew.
So,
Thanks again, Mimi.
No, I
He
found.
gives her a little scratch on her head.
No, but I'm in the backpack.
of course, that's where she gets the 20.
Yeah, right. It's so awesome. It's so awesome.
All right. So, Jake moves you along. Probably about another hour's worth of travel, continuing to like go down through another series of stairs and corridors.
I slept all the way.
And
Wow.
you come to a large door. A large door that looks like it's made out of gold, and it's got a big, huge keyhole in the middle of it. And the keyhole, it's about 15 feet up in the air. So it looks like this is the door, the size of it. This was meant for a giant.
Galaxy, can you use your mage hand to lift one of the keys up there and see which one fits?
Oh, great. I had bad luck with my mage hand last time with the keys.
Well, that was just when you were trying to steal them from a giant's belt. This time you're just using them to open a door. That's what they're made
Okay! Yay!
for. Real quick, though, I want to Dave just wants to press his ear to the door and see if he can hear anything on the other side.
Okay.
And
Roll a
were we
perception check.
holding the keys the whole time?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, we only got
I
two of
just-
the keys.
So you got all three.
I only
Oh.
got a 5, so
Okay. So yeah, you press your ear to the door and just
don't hear anything.
silence on the other
Sounds
side.
like the coast is clear.
Can I try putting my ear to?
Oh, bunnies are good at listening.
Yeah, I listen and I hear. Wait, what would that be in?
Perception check. Or maybe
19.
19? Okay. Investigation probably would have been better for it, but whatever.
19.
19.
No, I think you were right about perception. Well, I don't know.
19. What do I hear?
You don't hear anything on the other side. So you agree with Dave what he had heard, that it does appear like the coast is clear on the other
No,
side
I
of this
say-
door.
I say I don't hear anything.
You can't talk. You're a bunny.
I mumble. I don't hear.
Do you want to try and do another interpretive dance?
Yeah.
Roll performance.
Do it.
Natural one. I got a natural one.
You said it as she rolled it. That was awesome. So she like pees herself.
All right, so
No, I stand up and I'm about to do it, but then I just start wetting my pants.
Wait, you mean...
You don't have pants. Wetting
No.
your fur.
Yeah,
No,
and then
you just start peeing down. And you're like,
so
Thankfully, she got out of the back.
and then I get back in the backpack and wipe my butt.
so you don't know what to make of this. Mimi, as a bunny, just peed on the floor after listening to the door.
I don't know. The coast is clear. I listened to you guys.
I think
I
she
didn't hear
heard
anything.
water.
Oh, that could be. Or maybe it was something someone was chanting. We're number one.
We're number one.
All right.
Give me a P. P.
Give me
All right, so this is also when you start hearing footsteps again coming this way. So Galaxy, are you going to try and use Mage Hand to bring one of the keys up to try and unlock the door?
Yeah.
All right. So I need you to roll a d6 for me. Because this is going to determine which key. Did you grab the right key or not to unlock the door?
I thought we grabbed all three.
You did grab all three, but she can only try
but
one
you
at a time.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yep. She got a 1.
You got a 1? All right. So you bring the first key up, slide it into the oversized keyhole, turn it, and you can hear the footsteps getting closer. And you hear a loud click.
Yes.
And the doors swing in.
Nice job, Galaxy.
Got it on the first try.
Nice
You hear
job.
footsteps.
Yep.
You're growing truly powerful.
So I probably just anything I rolled, I got it anyways.
No,
No.
you just got lucky.
I was gonna have you do it. So the right key was gonna be a 1 or a 2, and any other number would have been the wrong key.
So yeah, Dave hurries into the room.
All right. So the doors are heavy. So they open up automatically, but they don't close automatically. So they're sitting there open.
Let's try and get these doors closed quick.
What do you girls want to do? The doors are open, and Dave dove in.
Well, I'm still in her backpack.
All right, so then Galaxy, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna run in.
All right. So, but the doors are still open, and there's
Jink,
footsteps that you're
Let's
hearing.
get these doors closed quick.
All right. Let's
I also.
So I would like to help,
help.
them.
And then
to
the bunny-
Jed.
give them,
Jed is probably the strongest.
right.
out of the
I want to
group.
help. I only have a 10. I want to help them to give them advantage.
Me too. The bunny jumps out and tries pushing. Like she like,
Little back paws are just like scraping against the floor, but she's not doing anything.
No, it moves not even a centimeter. It just kind of like.
So Jed runs over to the one door and he starts pushing on it. And he gets it closed. And he runs over to the other one, and he's got to get like his feet up on the wall of pushing with his legs, with
Dave
his
runs
back
over,
against
puts
it.
his shoulder into trying to help him.
Since I pushed it less than a centimeter, I started as the bunny goes.
Bunny flex. Welcome to the gun show.
And
So-
then I jump it back into the unicorn backpack.
You close the other door, and you hear another click, and then you can hear the marching outside. Get closer, and then you start to hear it move away.
Is there a light in this room?
There is no light in this room, but there are sconces and unlit torches that are around. So it does look like it's possible to light some of these up.
Do you have the prestidigitation cantrip, Birdie?
I have some matches.
Pardon?
I
Do you have the prestidigitation cantrip? Because you can use that to light torches.
I have some matches.
so.
Oh.
You're a bunny.
Oh
I
my
know.
gosh, I have matches too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. I pull out flint and tinder and light a torch.
Okay. Can you roll a survival check for me?
I really gonna survive.
5.
Okay, you still do it.
Okay. Cool.
I just want to make sure it wasn't a 1.
Gotcha. Right.
I have whiteboard in my.
It's like you're lighting a torch. It's like,
Right.
I'm not
it's
going to
something
make
that
some-
everyone can do in this day and age. Okay. So I light a torch and then I light one torch each for everyone else, not counting Mimi because she's just a little bunny in the bunny brand unicorn butt backpack.
So looking around this room, it is a gigantic room with large pathways of weaving through it for like a giant to be moving through this. But it is stockpiled with gold, gems, armor, shields, weapons. It's the largest treasure hold that you've ever seen in your life. Like picture like Smog's treasure hold in the Dwarven Fortress, right? It's just like waves of gold and treasure everywhere. And as you look out, it's a little bit so it's beyond your vision as well for how much light that you have in here. So, but yeah, there's stuff that's everywhere. So one thing that I should have mentioned at the very beginning, Mimi, I'm not going to be mean about this, but as soon as you walked into this room, so before Jed closed the doors, as soon as you walked into this room, you spring out of Galaxy's backpack and you turn back into an elf.
What?
Yep, you are no longer a bunny.
No.
Oh, there's some deep,
wonder-
dark
is it-
magic.
Interesting.
So now I
And
want
my pants are still wet for
I'm
when
gonna
I
try
wet
using
my
my
pants.
thaumaturgy cantrip
okay,
just to make the torch flames waver.
nothing happens.
Okay.
Well,
Seems like
I
there's
I
some
say-
sort of
I say hello, and it's just an echo.
Yep, it echoes.
Hello.
seems like our magic's not really working in this room.
So you light the torches up and you see all the gold and everything else, but yeah, it's the cantrip that you just tried didn't work. Mimi immediately turned back into an elf after entering into this room.
I feel easy.
Do you want to roll an Arcana check, Galaxy?
Okay. Whoa, I have a big arcane.
You do indeed. You're a wizard.
18.
You try and sense the magic of the items that are on your person, of just the in general, and you're not getting anything. It's almost like all the magic has been sucked out of the world, and it doesn't work in this room.
Some sort of dispel magic
I
field that's
take
been
my
permanently cast.
I take my staff and can I cast the spell Chalet or no?
You can try.
Take out my staff and cast the spell Chalet.
Nothing happens.
Does she still burn the spell slot?
No.
Okay.
It's a cantrip.
Oh, okay.
But even if it was a spell slot, it wouldn't have burned it.
Because nothing. Yeah, she's
I
unable to
carry
expend
my
the magical
staff
energy.
and I start moving it like a ninja, and then I start acting like a ninja. Weird.
Awesome.
Great.
All right, well, Dave's going to start poking around the room. Seeing if there's anything, like looking for the axe that Jink described, and also seeing if there's anything else that looks interesting to
Yeah,
him.
I want to investigate
Should we look around?
too.
Should we look around together, and maybe
Can
we'll
I-
have a better chance of
No,
finding
I want
things?
to. Can I investigate?
Yeah, Dave's helping her investigate.
I want to see if there's like a wand
So you can
or
roll with
spells.
advantage.
Right, but I think Galaxy has
Actually,
the
Galaxy has the best. Yeah, Dave's going to help Galaxy.
I got a 13 though.
best. All right, so you're going to do an investigation on your own?
Yeah.
All
And
right.
then Dave's helping you, Galaxy, so you can roll with advantage.
All right, so Mimi takes off.
No, but I rolled a 13, so what do I find?
Right. All right, so you rolled. All right, so you start poking around. Can you roll I need you to roll an insight check for me.
I got an 8. We got it from our
An 8.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, you were
All right.
talking about how much it hurts to step on.
Okay. I need to switch over to Galaxy and Dave for a moment then. So Galaxy, you roll a search.
With advantage.
Wait, Dad, is there anything I find? Or
I'll get back to you in just a second.
Roll again,
Roll-
you get advantage because I'm helping you.
I know, but that'd be a 14.
Right.
And
Much
then
better.
that would be a 19.
Nice.
19. All right. So you start poking around, and something does catch your eye that's sitting up kind of high on one of the mounds of stone and gold and other things that's up there. And it looks like that there's like a clear path to get through all the treasure to get up to it. And you see a throne, a gold throne that's kind of askew and kind of tilted off to its side. And there's a large axe that's sitting on top of it. And there's a moment of hesitation that you have because you see this off in the distance about looking through anything else. And that's when I don't know, you just get a really bad feeling.
I got a bad feeling about this.
And that's when you look over and you see Mimi just diving in and
Scrooge McDuck style.
just like moving her stuff around in the gold and looking through items.
But what do I find?
Well, he's getting there.
Guys, I found the axe, but I don't think we should go and take it.
So you find a
You
find a cloak because I know how much that you like cloaks.
No.
It's
So what does the cloak do?
what you don't know, but it's a really nice cloak.
I take the cloak and I put it in my bag
But when you so you do
So
that, you grab it, you put it in your bag.
because if I wear it, then they'll be like, "Hey, you stole our stuff."
Right.
That's my cloak.
But when you did that, is like there's lots of coins.
I take out the coins.
No. It's like it's buried in coins, and so it's like you moved all this stuff out of the way, and there is all that rustling was metal banging on metal, and it echoed throughout the cavern. It made a lot more noise than you would have expected.
I take some coins and stuff in my bag. How much coin did I take?
Let's see how many gold coins do you get from this. You're just gonna grab like a fistful of gold coins.
No, 2 fistfuls.
Two fistfuls.
Double handful.
Okay. You get 12 gold coins.
Ooh, la, la.
I have a lot of gold coins already.
And so you make a lot of ruckus as you're going through, but you got some gold coins and you got this cloak that you're stuffing in your bag. And Galaxy, as you see Mimi stuffing this cloak into her bag, you hear some growling coming from somewhere in this room.
Mimi, put that back. I don't hear you. Mimi, put that back. I still don't hear you.
She's just busy stuffing coins into her pouch.
I slap her. Mimi, put that back. No.
I think it's too late to put it back, girls. I think that the damage has been done.
And you see Jink bring his hand up to his face. He's like, I forgot about the guard drakes in here.
Guard drakes?
Yeah.
Drake plural?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're kind of like dragon dogs a little bit. They were gifts from Christofferson to Zelane to help
Stofferson again.
guard the treasure. So, but I think that axe that's way up there. I think that's what you need to get home.
I look around. Do I see these Drake dogs anywhere? Okay.
No.
I gotta have one!
I want to just try and sneak up to the throne.
All right. Can you roll a stealth for me?
I got a 13.
13. Okay. Yep. You get up there.
How high is the throne? Do I have to climb up it?
No. But you do have to go up like a series of kind of like natural stone stairs and ledges to get up there.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you're able to get up there, no problem.
Yeah.
But it's just so the throne is just, again, it's kind of at an angle, being supported by rocks and other gold. It looks a little precarious, but it doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere. And then the axe is just sort of like sitting head down, handle up, in the seat of the throne.
Okay. I'm gonna grab it.
Okay.
I really hope when
But
we.
I don't think anyone in the group can actually use it as a weapon, except maybe Jed.
But we're not going to take Jed with us.
Well, no. But as far as like if someone were to carry it, I could just put it in my pack.
It won't
It's
fit
too
in your
big,
pack.
okay.
Yeah. It's like a big two-handed battle
Okay.
axe.
I'm gonna ask Jed if he'll Jed, will you carry this? It's a little big for the three of us.
He says, "Sure."
Thank you.
But he waits for you to climb back down. Can you roll another stealth for me?
Definitely.
Can I get one of those puppies?
I got an unnatural 20.
Okay. Yep. So you come down using your halfling nimbleness
Whisper.
I
and
start saying.
hand over this. Just lug it over and hand it over to Jed.
I start humming the Star Wars theme.
Roll a stealth check for me. Because you feel the need to do this.
Natural one.
Oh.
I start humming quietly.
She gets carried away and
then
just
I
like
start-
starts belting it out.
And then I start like dancing. Like,
She gets into it too much,
Yeah.
and then it belts out the last couple of notes
Man.
of it, and then it reverberates.
Mimi, no. Oh, Mimi, no, gosh.
And
this sounds terrible. Da, 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 da,
Mission Hope serve us.
Please make her stop. Please make her stop.
da, da, da. And I've never watched Star Wars, so it's like way off tune and everything.
Mimi, the creator of Star Wars.
that's when all of you notice that there are 4 large creatures on all fours that slink out of the shadows and start to surround the group. And actually, let me see if I got a picture.
How come whenever there's a dog creature, it always gets killed? And I can never have it or
Because it's
hug it.
trying to kill us. So it doesn't want to be had or hugged.
Well, I almost got a dog in Sam's Adventure.
At least you got a pony.
So this is what they look like.
Oh, shoot.
So they're not
Scary.
really dogs. They look more like
Yeah.
lizards or alligators.
Oh, then I don't
type of
like
thing.
Some
them.
kind of really big
I don't like them anymore.
Yeah, it's like
quadrupedal.
So these 4 quadruped creatures come slinking out of the darkness, and they're black, covered in dragon scales, and they each have their mouths open. You can see the rows of razor sharp teeth that are in there, and you can see the large claws that are on their paws. All of them, you hear a low growl from deep in the back of their throat. You hear, so what do?
I start charging. Well, we don't have magic then.
You do not.
I charge at it with my
Spear.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be the first time I'm ever gonna use my quarterstaff.
I think we should lure them out of the room if we have to fight them. I don't think we're going to do very well without magic.
Someone miss a call.
I can't.
Mystical. I can punch him.
I can create a mission call, but she can't aid us in any way.
I will remind you that you do have your musketeer pistols as well.
What are those?
Pistols?
Pistols? What? I don't know. What are they for?
Shooting?
We had them from way back in the.
No, but I never got one because I couldn't do it.
Right, you were no good at it. You didn't like them. But Galaxy and Dave, they did pretty well with them, and they got pistols.
All right. Well, Dave pulls out his pistol, but he's also backing towards the door and reiterating his notion that maybe if we got to fight these things, we should do it out in the hall.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I, with my spear, charge. I'm kidding, no. My quarterstaff I charge, not my spear. Because
You are going to charge.
You're gonna immediately go into combat with these things.
No,
These are big creatures too, by the way. They're like 15 feet long.
I'm not going
gosh.
to charge.
It's like the
Then why
size
do you
of a
keep
polar
saying
bear.
it?
I don't know. It's in my head. I can't get it out. Turn into a duck. Okay.
Actually, no, I take that back. They're not that large. They're more like 8 feet long.
Still very big.
I have my quarterstaff out and I start backing
It's like a big lizard the size of like a lion.
I'm only 15 feet tall, so.
You're only 15 feet tall. That's tiny.
All right.
I know. 15 feet.
So all of
15
you,
feet.
so all of you are going to start backing out of the room
Yeah.
slowly, no sudden movements.
Yep.
Can the three of you roll a perception check for me?
7.
Unnatural 20.
Okay.
Nice.
19!
All right. So Galaxy and Mimi, you notice that as you move towards the door, the gaze of these creatures don't follow you. They stay on Jed.
Jed, because he has one, they see the magical item.
Oh, he has the axe.
Jed, place that down.
But we need it.
Okay, come run to us.
I mean, he's probably backing out with us, right?
Right. But he stopped when you made this observation, so he's holding the axe right there, and he's looking. I was like, what do I do?
Give it
We need
to
the axe. We
me.
can't leave it behind.
Give it to me, the unresponsible leader of this group. Yes, give it to Mimi.
Jed says, Galaxy, unlock the door. And he starts actually backing away from you. He starts backing away from the group slowly.
Okay. He's going to die.
So on this side, though,
Is he going to die?
no.
It was going to happen.
What's gonna happen?
If Jed died while we were in the past, it would really complicate.
It really
I
was.
know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, what?
So, Galaxy, that's when you realize that the keyhole on this side is still 15 feet up in the air. And you don't have mage hand.
You know what? I'm
But we
15
left
feet
the
tall.
key in the
Birdie,
lock.
15 feet.
Did you leave the key in the lock?
I mean, no one ever said that they pulled it back out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm 15 feet tall. No,
You're
you're
not
15
15
inches.
feet
Yes, I am.
That's not possible. I mean, it's D&D. Anything's possible. But you're not 15 feet.
Oh, wait, yes, I am. I saw 15.
All right, yeah, but that's true. You never said that you took the key out of the lock.
I thought that was. Let me see. I thought it was 15, but it's 5 feet.
That's what I was
It
thinking.
was 15 feet.
Yeah,
Well, why
honest
would you-
mistake.
For real.
All right, so you don't have Jed. He was the strongest one in the group to open up the
Right,
door. So
right.
who do we want to use? Who has the best strength that's left?
I have a 10
I
strength.
have 56 hit points.
She has a 13
No, strength.
You're a very strong
For
wizard.
strength.
Is Galaxy the strongest out of the
What's
three of
your
you?
strength,
No,
Mimi?
I have a 12.
13 is the strongest. All right, so we all help Galaxy.
The wizard is the strongest one in the group.
That is awesome.
All right, so Galaxy,
I
everyone.
don't know how to think about that.
So Mimi and Dave are going to run up, and they're going to help you. So I need you to roll a strength check to see if you can
Okay.
get the door open.
Okay. I only have.
+1 to your strength.
Yes. Wait, isn't Jed the strongest?
Yeah, but
Natural 20.
She just grabs it with one hand, flings it open.
All of you are there though,
Yeah,
but she just hikes up the wizard's robes and plants her foot on the other door and yanks back with all her might, and it slams open.
Yes! Nice job, Galaxy.
And just
You're dropping like everything.
And just as you do that, that's when you look back at Jed and you see Jed with two hands. He raises the axe up over his head and he launches it out the door opening as hard as he can, and then he takes off running in the other direction. So he's running back into the treasure room further.
Why? Why did he do that?
He's trying to give you time to escape.
Jed, no! So is he like, fly, you fools?
Yes. Yes.
So I run towards the axe. Wait.
Yeah, I'm not going to let Jed sacrifice being Bane, so.
No. Wait. So
Although
what?
Dave really
So-
just wants to help him. But.
And that's when you see the two guard drakes. They actually split. Two of them
Okay.
take off running towards you and the axe, and the other two go after go after Jed.
All right, well, I'm going to get out of the room so that I have my magic.
Okay. Let's roll initiative.
I don't want
Nice.
3.
We lost Jed again.
I think Jed will be okay.
All right, Dave, what'd you get?
I got an unnatural 20.
Okay. Mimi?
I got 3.
3. Galaxy, what did you get?
I got an 8.
An 8. All right. All right. Dave, you get to go first.
All right, so they're still in the room. So I had my pistol out already. I want to fire it.
Okay.
'Cause I'm not going to be able to use magic on them until they leave the room.
Sure. So the pistol can only be fired once per round.
Okay. So, all right. Do I have proficiency with it?
You do have proficiency with it. Yep, so it'd be proficiency
And then
plus
is
your
it
dexterity.
My dex, okay. Natural 20.
Nice.
And then what do I roll for damage?
The damage is just going to be a 1d10.
So then I roll 2d10. 17 points of damage.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
So as you're moving, so you be able to move 30 feet.
Unless I didn't get out of the room yet.
Yeah, you're not out of the room.
Because I thought
just
we
yet.
were at the doors.
Oh, that's true. No, that's right. You are at the doors. Yes. So yeah, you could just move out.
Because I'd used enough movement to get out of the room. Then I fired the gun because my magic's not going to do anything in the room, and then I used my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
So the spectral version of my holy mace appears in the air above me.
So the dwarven axe goes flying over your head. You're watching it as it goes over, and then you pull the pistol out, take off running after it in the air, turn around, fire it at one of the guard drakes, and it hits the drake right in the middle of the chest. Doesn't kill it, but it hits it hard enough that it knocks it off of its feet, and it goes tumbling through the gold and is
Cool.
laying prone in the treasure room now. Then you take off running, and as soon as you get out the door, you can feel Mishakal's presence comes back to you, and you cast, then your,
I say a brief prayer and my spiritual weapon.
and then spiritual weapon appears by your side and floats along with you.
Cool.
All right. So it's Jed is next, and so he takes off running further into the treasure room, and at the same time, Jink never moved with you towards the door. He's still in there as well, and at this point, he starts running for the door towards you as well. So Jink and the drake, one of the drakes now, because you knocked the other one prone, and one of the drakes is running towards the door at the same time. But Jink gets to the door first. So then it is Galaxy's turn.
Okay.
All right, Galaxy, you're right at the door, so you could just dash out the door real quick and be able to cast spells.
But remember that if you try and cast a spell while the drake that's still in the room, it's not going to work.
So, but you could dash out and then fire with the pistol back into the room, just like what Dave did. No. Remember, if you cast a spell back into the room,
It's just
it
gonna
goes
fizzle
away.
out. And you will have burned the slot because you're outside the room.
No, I only have magic.
We'll shoot the pistol.
Okay. All right, so you run out the room, you pull your pistol out, point it at the Drake. Do you want to shoot the same Drake
man.
that Dave went at, or do you want to go after the other one?
Well, she'll get disadvantage at the one I shot at.
Oh, that's true. Yes, because it is prone. Yep. So let's have you shoot at the other Drake that's still running
She's
towards
got a
us.
16 dex too. She's almost like a certain flip wizard.
So Galaxy, roll a d20 and then add your Dex modifier and your proficiency modifier to it.
So you'll get +6.
Okay. 12. You fire off the pistol. Bang! And smoke comes out of the end of it. There's a flash of light that lights up the room slightly for a bit, and the shot goes wide. It's been a while since you used this pistol. You need a little bit more practice with it. And you missed the Drake, but you get out of the room and you can feel the magic in the world again, and so that you would be able to cast spells if you needed to. Mimi, your turn.
Hey, I am going. Wait, so can I turn? I can't turn an animal.
Not until you run out of the room.
I use my scimitar and charge at him.
Okay, so you're gonna charge at one of the Drakes.
Wait, my scimitar, my sword.
Yeah, that is your sword.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, start charging at one of them.
Okay. All right, roll on tech then. What'd you roll?
2.
Okay. Yep, that's gonna be a miss. Your modifier is not good enough to make that work. So you leap forward, pull out your scimitar. Been a while since you used your scimitar.
Well, whenever I use my scimitar, it sucks. So why do I even?
So why'd you even do it?
I don't know.
Why didn't you get out of the room with us?
I thought it'd be a change.
So yeah, you leap forward with your scimitar, and these creatures, they've got thick black dragon scales on them, and your swing is not great, but it's just a glancing blow that just bangs off of the scale. What?
Can I please run out of the room too?
You still have a movement.
I run out.
Well, but if
I run out.
It gets an opportunity attack on you. So it gets a chance to attack you, but you can still run out. You're just going to take some damage from it if it hits.
I'm going to run out.
Okay. All right. It's going to get a attack of opportunity on you. And what's your armor class?
13.
It lashes out with one of its claws, and you hop out of the way just as the claws inches away from your nose, and you run out of the room. All right. So the Drakes, the two, they go off running after Jed further into the room, and the one gets back to his feet and charges forward. Doesn't quite get to the door, and the other one that was going towards the door at the same time as Jink actually turns to attack Jink. And
Yay! Don't help him.
yeah, so yeah, it tackles Jink, and Jink is now fighting with this Drake inside the treasure room now. So Dave, your turn now.
Totally interesting.
They're both still inside.
Both still inside, yes.
Okay. So do I have to use like a bonus action to reload the pistol?
No, it just happens automatically.
Okay. So I will fire again. And I got a 17.
That hits.
And the other one's still prone, so I'm shooting at the one on Jink.
No, it got up.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm gonna fire. Well, I'm gonna fire at the one on Jink to try and help get it off him.
Okay.
And I got 9 points of damage.
9? Okay.
Good roll.
I'm sorry, and what did you roll for the attack?
17.
17, okay. So you fire off the pistol, another bang and a flash of light, and it hits the hindquarters of this Drake, and its hips slam to the side a little bit, but it keeps its feet as it's still attacking and circling around at Jink, looking for an opening to dive in at him. Now it's Jink's turn. He's going to disengage from the Drake, and he does this quick little feint and runs the other way.
Dekes him out.
Yeah, dekes out the Drake, and he runs out the door right behind you guys. So he manages to get away from that Drake. And at this point now, Jed, you see, has circled around some gold piles, and he's now running back towards the door and us. And the two other Drakes they ran around and were following him around the treasure room, and now he's coming back towards us as well. But he's still fairly deep into the treasure room. But he's basically just trying to divide up the forces to let you get out, but he's coming back towards the door right now.
Okay.
Use it!
Galaxy, your turn.
Magic missile level 2.
None of the Drakes are out of the room yet.
Work.
Oh.
You want to try using the pistol again?
Okay.
All right. Roll a d20.
19.
19? Okay, that's a hit.
So you roll a d10 for the damage.
Oh, D10. Oh, 4.
4.
4 points of damage. Okay.
And so which one were you shooting at? The one that I shot first or the one that was attacking Jink that I shot second?
I just picked the one that you had shot first.
Okay.
Yep. So another bang and a flash, and this time the slug goes off of one of the shoulders of this one. Does a little bit of damage on it, but you can tell that both the drakes are still very healthy and rare to go at this point. Mimi, it's your turn.
I turned into a bear.
Okay. Because you are out of the room now. All right. You turn into a polar bear.
And I growl. I'm like,
You want? Okay. So you're gonna do like an intimidation. Because you are now actually bigger than
Yep.
they are
That's
as a
awesome.
polar
Yeah,
bear.
'cause a polar bear is like 13 feet long, 12 feet long, even longer than that sometimes.
So roll an intimidation for me.
9.
9?
19. 9.
Ish.
9. What do you? Okay. All right. So
wait. No.
do you have an inspiration point?
Yes, I'm going to use that.
Okay. Re-roll it.
And this time make sure it doesn't hit the wire.
Wait, do I get another inspiration point?
I haven't given you one yet.
Oh.
Dave's got one in the wings too.
I don't know what I use my inspiration point for.
2.
The first roll is better.
So all right. So yep, you turn into a bear and you stand at the entrance and go. The drakes don't pay any attention to you whatsoever, and they keep moving. The two drakes inside the treasure room continue chasing after Jed as fast as they can, and Jed is barely able to stay in front of them, but it looks like all he's doing is just focusing on dashing and getting away from them. And the two drakes actually, they're focused on Jink, and they just go to town on him.
Oh shoot. Even though he disengaged and ran.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. I forgot about that. Yeah, so he ran out of the room. So the two drakes are going to run out of the room now, and they are going to attack the three of you.
And I've turned into a bear, so.
Right, so one of them is going to go after you as a bear. All right, so this one, all right, so the first one goes after you. It gets 2 attacks. It gets a claw attack, and it gets a bite attack. No, I'm sorry. It gets 2 attacks. It's a bite attack and a tail attack. And the bite attack hits you, but the tail attack does not. And you take 11 points of piercing damage from the bite attack. And the second one's going to go after Dave. And it goes after Dave with a big snap, but you manage to dodge out of the way. But then it comes back around with a tail attack, and it gets a critical hit on you with the tail attack. But luckily, you rolled poorly. That's only 8 points of bludgeoning damage on you.
Phew.
All right.
Yep.
So now we're back up to the top of the order. Dave, it is your turn now.
All right. So it's within melee range, so I don't want to use my guiding bolt on it. So I'm gonna hit it with my hammer, and I'm gonna hit it with my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
So first the hammer, or the mace. I always call it a dang hammer.
Don't know why.
I don't know why either. It's a stinking mace. All right, so that was an unnatural 20,
Yep, that hits.
and that's 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm sorry, and which one were you going after?
The one that's attacking me.
Okay.
And then now the spiritual weapon, and that was 16.
That'll hit as well.
And so that does 11 points of damage.
Okay. So you slam your mace into it, and you feel the thunk crunch into the scales, and you can hear some muscle and bone crunch underneath of it. The spiritual weapon comes in, and this Drake is not looking very good right now. So Jed finally gets out of the room. He uses his turn to run out, and the other 2 Drakes behind him are not far behind. Jink runs off.
Okay.
He runs right past you, just goes
like he
off
said
into the
he
dark.
would do.
Yes.
Not surprised at all.
All right, Galaxy, it's your turn now.
Catch up to you later, Jane. Go find a good hiding spot and pray to Mishakal.
Magic missile.
Okay. Magic missile, got it. Which one?
Level 2.
Ooh, so you get.
You want to do the
4
one that's
bolts.
attacking Mimi or the one that's attacking Dave?
The ones that's attacking.
Me. Dave? Okay.
You're gonna put all your bolts into the one.
Okay, roll the damage.
3 plus 4 is 7, and that's 2 bolt total damage for 2 bolts. And then 5 plus 2 is another 7, so 14 points of damage total.
Okay. And that is just enough to kill that Drake. So that Drake goes down.
Perfect.
All 4 of the magic bolts slam into it. It falls to its side on the ground, and its breathing stops. It stops moving. Mimi, your turn. As a bear.
I charge at him and bite him and claw him.
Okay, roll that up for me. And you get a +7 to your attack as a polar bear. So whatever you roll, add 7 to it.
Wait, with the 1d8?
No, roll a d20 because you got to see if you hit
19.
first. 19. That is a hit.
And then 8 plus 6, pierce. So 14 piercing damage for my bite.
Okay.
Did I get an 8?
8 plus 7 again.
No,
Yep.
no.
So
And
15.
I got an 8 to hit for my bite. I mean my claw.
Right. Yeah, so it's 8 plus 7, which is 15. That hits too. Okay, so roll the damage for the claw.
5 plus 6 is 11.
11. Okay. All right. So with a roar, you bite at this Drake and slash at it with your claw, and it's not dead yet, but this one does not look in very good shape. But you see that the other 2 Drakes are now barreling down on us, and they actually get out of the room now as well. So we're surrounded by 3 Drakes outside of the room.
No.
All right, so David, it's your turn now.
Okay. So I'm going to go for one of the fresh ones, whichever one would be closest, I guess.
Sure.
But they're not in melee range. So I'm going to fire a...
You could close the distance on them.
How far away are they? Is it 20 feet or less?
It's less than 20 feet.
Okay. So for my action, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt. And I got a 15.
That'll hit.
That's 9 plus 8, 17 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hit with my spiritual weapon, and I get advantage on that
Okay.
because of my wonderful Guiding Bolt. And I got 16.
That hits.
Whoo, full damage, so 14 points of damage.
Okay.
That was awesome.
This one is looking a little bit better than the other one, but you did quite a bit of damage on it. So normally it would be Jed that goes next. However, that's when you hear a deep roar come from out of the darkness.
Is it him? Is
And
it Jed?
the area lights up with magical flame. As you
It's-
see, about 60 feet away, you see an 18-foot tall fire giant
Zelane!
with an eye patch over his...
Cool.
I think it said his left eye. Over his left eye. And he's decked out in very elaborate gold and silver plate mail armor. What does he yell out? I don't know. It's like, no, he just screams in fury and runs towards the group. He just basically just sprints. And I need the 3 of you, though, to roll a perception check.
Wait, he's a
Because there's
firework?
something a little odd about Zelane.
I'm tempted to use my inspiration
7.
point to re-roll this. I only got a 9.
Okay, so what do I roll? Sorry.
Perception.
Yeah,
Wait
I'm going to
till-
use my point of inspiration to re-roll
15.
15? Okay.
my perception. And this time I got an unnatural 20. Well
Okay.
worth it.
All right. So, Galaxy, what did you get for your perception? 7? Okay. So, Mimi and Dave, you notice that Zelane, his skin color is not quite right. It's not the same as what Hagatha's was. His seems to be a lot paler compared to what hers were. And as he's screaming out in fury, he's running towards the group with his mouth open, and you see large fangs
Oh my
inside of his
gosh,
mouth.
A vampire fire giant.
It's the vampire.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
And that's where we
No, that's not where we end.
Well, when do we end?
Very soon.
That's
Very
the
soon.
vampire of all vampires.
So in the last adventure, Hagatha had mentioned something about wanting to have her Zelane back. It's like there was some sort of changes that Christofferson had done to Zelane that she was not happy about. So now, Jed, let's see now, does Jed notice this? Jed definitely notices this. So on his turn, actually, what Jed does is that he's not engaged with any of the guard drakes right now. He runs off and he grabs the dwarven axe.
Wise. That thing's got to be powerful.
And he starts running back towards the group. And so that's his turn. So now, Galaxy, it is your turn. What are you going to do?
Okay, so I have the best of all bests. Fear.
You're going to cast Fear.
Yes.
Okay.
I would say I would want to do it on Zelane.
Wise.
What kind of saving throw does Zelane need to make?
So take the dash action and move away.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Thank you.
Yep, it says right here. The creature can make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. What's the range on it?
30-foot cone.
30-foot cone. All right. Yeah, you cast Fear on Zelane, and as he's in mid-dash, he slides to a halt on his heels, and his eyes get real big. He missed his saving throw super bad.
That's awesome.
And he turns around and screams and runs in the other direction.
And so then what? As soon as he's out of eye shot, well, I think then he can. Once he's out of eye shot, I think he can make another saving throw, or it goes away.
It's the next safe place. The safest place, I believe, he'll stop.
All right. Yeah, so Zelane takes off running in the other direction.
Woo! Bye!
That was
Clutch.
really good. Mimi, your turn.
I don't want to use banishment.
You're still surrounded by. There are still 3 drakes.
I attack the one that's almost dead.
Okay. Roll your attack.
17.
That hits. Roll the damage.
8.
8 points. Okay. That was your claw attack. Now do your bite.
19.
That hits as well.
Oh, I forgot you're a polar bear. 10.
10.
Nice.
That is just enough to kill that drake as well. So you rip into it with your big bear claws and jaws, and you grab it around the neck and just yank it to the side real hard and break its neck, and it drops to the ground lifeless.
Wow. In no pain.
So there are still two drakes that are there. One that's on Dave. All right, so it goes forward with a bite attack on you and misses, but it does hit with the tail attack, and you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And the other one's going to go after the bear,
You poor bear.
and both hit. So the first one,
Dang.
Mimi, you take 5 more points of piercing damage, and then you take 7 more points of bludgeoning damage. So it goes after you with its bite and then its tail, and both of them smack into your thick white bear hide. All right, David, it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna attack the one that's attacking me with my mace and my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
So mace, 27. So that's 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then spiritual weapon is a miss. I got an 8.
All right, so that one that's on you. Looks like it's about ready to drop as well, but not quite there yet.
Ooh.
So Jed runs up, and he's actually going to pull out his great sword, and he's going to attack the one that's on Mimi, on the bear right now. And both of his attacks hit.
Nice. And he's a barbarian, right?
He is a barbarian, yes.
Barbarian's an interesting class for sure.
They're really good at hitting stuff.
Yep. The rage is really cool,
Mhm.
but it's.
So he comes up with 2 slices with his greatsword, but he's wielding it two-handed. He's not using the axe that's in his other hand. So his attacks are a little less effective, but he's still able to make both attacks wielding his sword single-handedly. And Jink just keeps. You don't know where Jink is now. He just kept running off into the dark, which is his MO.
Yep.
Galaxy, your turn.
It's like you said, he was up front from the beginning. Like, this is what's going to happen if we run into anyone. I'm out of there.
So, Zelane's gone.
Correct.
And
Now fear is not. Is fear concentration?
It's concentration up to a minute.
Yep, it is concentration. Okay.
So she can't, if you want to cast any other concentration spells, you have to drop the fear.
I think I'm gonna keep the fear going on, but I might can I shoot another pistol?
You can even do magic missile.
You could do magic missile.
You can do another spell as long as it's instant.
Magic missile.
You could even do fireball right now if you wanted to.
Magic missile.
Okay.
Yeah, save the fireball for if we have to fight Zelane. Which Dave's a little torn on that because it's like, we could maybe get out of here without fighting Zelane, but also the Dragonborn community kind of had this expectation that we were going to deal with Zelane.
Well, they just assumed you would have to deal with him.
But it would be beneficial for them, wouldn't it?
It would.
If we took Zelane out?
Sure.
But he also seems like he might be a little bit beyond us.
Potentially. Plus, using fireball on a fire giant.
Oh, didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But she also has, like, lightning bolt, I think. Okay.
All right, so you're going to do magic missile?
Yep.
All right.
Here, I'll add him up to me. 13.
13?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
So the 4 bolts shoot out and hit that Drake, and does damage to it. Terrible description of what just happened.
Yeah, just
Does damage to it.
pew, pew.
Good words I have.
Fireworks.
It's quite a word picture you just painted.
Right.
I can see it vividly.
Mimi,
I liked the Foley, though. Doof, 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 doof.
your turn. Gonna go after this Drake again as a bear? Oh, but you're gonna use your bonus action to heal yourself. Okay, how much do you heal yourself? So what spell slot do you want to use for it? The highest? Okay. So
it'd be like a 4d8 then?
yeah, that'd be your 4th levels. So you would roll 4d8, and that's how many hit points you would get back.
Okay. Actually, I want to do it at level 3.
Level 3? Okay. So 3d8 then.
12.
12? Okay, you get 12 hit points back.
Nice.
So you are up to 23 now.
23.
All right, so that was your bonus action. So now, but you still get 2 attacks on the Drake that's snarling in front of you.
Your bite and your claw.
2?
To hit?
Yeah.
So it was 2 plus what, though? Well, that would be a miss, but yeah, it's 2 is what you rolled, and then you add your modifier onto it. So you reach out, yeah, so you go out with your claw, and it misses. The Drake gets out of the way. You still have your bite attack, though. 5? Okay, so that's going to miss as well. So this Drake it's on to you now. It knows your attacks, and it quickly dodges out of the way. But you were able to heal yourself on that one, so it's you were able to accomplish something on your action there. So that was Mimi, and so now there are still 2 Drakes that are left. And the one is going to go after Dave. What's your armor class?
17.
17. That one is going to be... The first one is going to be a hit. And you take 9 points of piercing damage. And the second one's going to go after Mimi in the polar bear form, and both attacks hit there as well. So Mimi, you take 8 points of piercing damage and 4 more points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm not where I started.
Right, so all that healing you just did, but that would have taken you out of bear form if you hadn't have healed yourself.
I haven't got any hit points taken away from me. I'm in full health.
Yep, nothing's attacked you yet. All right, Dave, your turn.
I think I'm going to hold off on using a healing spell for right now. And I'm just going to attack the one that's attacking me with my mace and my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Alright, so I rolled 26.
That'll hit.
And that's 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And then I roll a 17.
With your spiritual weapon?
Yep.
That hits as well.
And that's 7 points.
All right, so you take out that Drake. Both
Nice.
your mace attack and spiritual weapon come in at almost the same time and just slam into the head of this Drake and knocks it to the ground. And it lies motionless next to the other 2 Drakes that are laying there. So there's only 1 Drake that is left right now. And that's... so Jed is next, and he's going to run up, and he gets a natural 20 on his first attack. And the other 2 attacks that he does with his hand hit as well. So he comes up and, yeah, he just slashes at this Drake one-handed, carves it up, and it drops to the ground next to the other 3 Drakes that are there.
No more Drakes.
No more Drakes. And Zelane is still off somewhere.
Okay.
Right
so then
now.
Dave,
Let's run.
Yeah, that's a good
Let's get the
idea.
heck out of here.
And that's when Jed holds up the axe to you and says, "No, you should use this now."
Oh.
But we don't know how.
I don't know how.
Neither do we. We need time to attune to it.
I
Are you
could
sure?
I could look in my
no,
book.
that's just
You're-
what
you're
Dave
ma-
assumes.
okay.
I could look at my
if only
books.
you had like a wizard in the group.
I know.
Galaxy, what do you think?
Can I do some intelligence?
Do you want to roll like an Arcana
Yeah,
check?
do an Arcana check.
Yeah. So that would be 21.
Okay. So you grab hold of the axe. You can tell that this is a really, really powerful item. This is like a magical artifact. You know that whoever uses it, there is some sort of a curse that goes along with this item. But any one person, not any one person, but anyone can use this magical item.
Do I know what will what the curse? Will there be a
Dave
curse on
does
us?
have the ability to remove curses.
You don't know what the curse will be.
You know, should we risk it?
I through the power of Mishakal, I can probably take care of any curse that it puts.
Yeah, you do it. Do it, Dave.
Well, it would probably be better if someone else used it, and then I guess I could remove a curse for myself.
And then after a little rest, you could do it on us.
Well, I think it only curses the user, is what I thought.
So, and you also know that all three of you would have to be touching the item at the same time
Okay.
for all of you to be transported
So
back
maybe
home.
we will all get cursed.
Galaxy, you'd be fairly certain that all three of you would get cursed.
Well, it's still through the power of Mishakal, I should be able to take care of any curses.
But let's do it. Well, what about us? Can you take care of ours?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, Dave puts his cute little hand on the axe handle.
Bye, Jet. See you in the future.
Are you still a polar bear, or did you revert to your elf?
I revert to an elf.
Okay.
Nice.
So
So you're full health now. That's awesome.
you're full health. You turn back into an elf. You all put your hands on this big golden dwarven axe in front of
Bye,
you.
Jed. We'll see you in the future.
Bye, hopefully.
It's like, good luck to you. It was nice meeting all of you.
Earlier. Don't die, otherwise we'll die.
He says, goodbye, my friends.
Goodbye,
Get the heck out of here while Zelane is still scared.
I'm already gone. And he takes off running.
I'm
And then that's when it occurs to you that the blue cube that he had, you remembered, that is the reason why he survived the vampires.
That's right.
Is because he used that in front of the Atlantean soldiers.
And so now he has it.
So he has it now, and so
like
he
that.
has a way for him to survive in the
Yeah,
future.
that was very well done.
Yay.
The time travel stuff gets tricky, but
It totally gets
you
tricky.
I
nailed
know,
it, though.
it's
That's
so
good.
I've
hard.
been working on this for
And
a
the
while.
way you did it was really good too. How you had me roll the insight, and it was perfect.
So you concentrate on the item for
Wait,
a
what
little
about our
bit.
ponies?
They'll be fine. They'll be there.
Yeah.
That's. I'm not going to be a stickler for the
Yeah,
rules
no,
on that.
that's the whole. Those ponies they exist outside the rules. Like they can't die.
They exist
They'll
outside of
always
space and
find
time.
Us.
Yeah.
Can they teleport?
Yes.
The
absolutely.
spell. It's because here's what I think.
It's quantum
They're
entanglement.
so bonded with us that for us they have to travel with us.
Yes.
We even had Mishakal make them a legendary horse.
Mishakal knows how much we love them, so she'll take care of us.
So you concentrate. Well, because Galaxy got such a good roll on the Arcana check, she tells all of you that you need to focus and concentrate on going home. And you do the same thing, Galaxy. And you concentrate. You can feel the powerful magic that's coming out of this item. You can feel it coursing through you and through the rest of them. And you picture Mount Olympus, going back there, back to the place that this all started, where you got transported from. And you open your eyes to see a flash of white light just in time to see a silent image of Zelane in the background with his fists up in the air, shaking them at you. And he's yelling silently. You can't hear him. Your ears are just filled with this humming of magical energy. And then a thunderclap. Bright light. It takes a while for your eyes to adjust because you are deep down in the bowels of the mountain. And now you're on the top of Mount Olympus. Bright lights, daylight, sun is out. It's warm again outside. You're no longer in the wintry depths of the mountain range.
We're back home!
The air is the desert dryness that's there, and you look around, and things have changed on Mount Olympus. It's like you can tell that you're on the top. You look around, and you can see that there's the area for the musculators, and you can see the pens or the stables that they had for the griffins. But where there was the hole and they had the magical checks for getting in, there is now a new castle that's been built in that spot, and there are 6 dwarven guards standing in front of a portcullis, and they all lower their halberds at you, and they go, "Who goes there?" Dungeons & Dragons & Daughters is a proud member of the Block Party Podcast Network. Check out other shows such as GM Showcase, Story Arc, We're So Bad at Adventuring, and more.